So guys, just before we start the video, I just want to say that if you enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, comment. If you didn't enjoy the video, please still comment as well. Let me know what you didn't enjoy. If you want to say to me about carbon monoxide alarms and gassing myself out, please comment, just to make me know. I probably won't take it seriously anyway. But yeah, just please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. Just to keep the channel going, keep it moving. Thanks. Any of you that aren't from the UK, a very sad thing happened here called the scrappage scheme.
Did I need an O-ring on the other side? That's a good question.
Alright guys, how's it going? Today we've got a bit of a side quest. We're not going to be working on the MX-5. It's a bit stupid because winter has ended. We're moving into spring now. Seeing temperatures of around 13 degrees and also the sun is not setting until about 6 o'clock, so that's great. However, I have just sort of dealt with the cold over the winter. It hasn't really bothered me because I've been working so much on the car. I did get a small electric heater for painting, you know, try to get like a panel warm and stuff like that, or warm up an aerosol tin before spraying for the zinc primer and things like that. But today I'm going to be installing a diesel heater into the shed, and the reason why isn't really for my own comfort, it's more so for whenever we start to actually paint the car. So just some preparation for that. So this particular one I picked up on eBay for I think £60 posted. You'll usually find them for about 80 to 140 quid. It's 12 volt. It's designed to be used within a DIY camper van motorhome, you know, like a van conversion. But we're going to be trying to install it into the shed. One way you can do that is that you can use a trickle charger on just a car battery. And another way you can, and that's the preferred way. So then, you know, if you lose power, then it won't sort of damage the circuit, which is what some people say. I'm going to be using a 12 volt converter, transformer, whatever you want to call it. Some people use PC power supplies. I've just got cheap, I think it's £10 off of eBay. It's 20 amps rated at 250 watt. These things sip electric, obviously, because diesel's the main fuel. And I just realised I forgot to get diesel, so that's great. But I'll show you what I have in a second. Cheers. So the first thing I've got is I've got this quite a large cut, to be fair, of chipboard for £1, which is an absolute bargain. Probably could have went dump hunting as well for something. Got these brackets as well. Strong enough, like, but really that's just going to be very heavy. Like these were 120 each or something stupid, 80p maybe, I can't remember. So that's how we're going to mount it to a wall. Like I said as well, I already opened this in the house, but you can see here we've got a 10-litre fuel tank, I think that is. This is transformer, which I bought separately. I just opened this all up in the house the other day for a nosy. So this is actually, this wire I took off a kettle lead. I used to build computers in my spare time, so I have quite a few wee bits and bobs like this hanging about. Which you can find these quite cheap. So you need one that has your live, your neutral, and your earth. Which this has. So that's the power supply. Then this is actually the unit itself. I haven't opened this up yet, I don't think. So you can buy these either as an all-in-one unit, or you can buy these all separated. But they are the same thing. You know, those larger all-in-one units, you see, they'll just sort of have this inside the larger box. So, like, you know, it's really not fancy. It's maximum Chinese. This is actually like a fluorescent pink. You've got some hydro dip carbon there as well. So, but yeah, we need to find out how this looks. So, let's see here. There's actually a substantial aluminium cooling fin there. Then there's like an impeller, maybe. But yeah, let's see how we get on. Sorry, I didn't realize I was covering the lens there. 2 seconds. So here we've got some sort of wiring harness, which I need to figure out that is for. I'm gonna guess that's for the power. For red and black here. Also got a box of fitting accessories. Yeah, some Jubilee clips, cable ties, some sort of clamp, and lots of wee like field line clips, I guess you call them, or C clamps, or no, not C clamps, C clips maybe. No idea what that is, to be honest with you. Maybe metal field line, I'm gonna guess. Probably fuel hose, fuel pump, which is gonna be like a ticking noise. It's actually quite similar to something you see on a car. So, ducting. So this is like aluminium foil, isn't it? I don't think it stretches, does it? 2 seconds. It does kind of slinkies a wee bit. I actually went in the B&Q bar to see if I could get like a chimney flue to make sort of like a pipe to try to get the airflow to go more around the garage, the hot air, and that's something we'll look at in the future. And then these are more for your, it's like a wee T joint. These are more for your camper van installation. So you know you've got like this here, for example, so you can change the direction of the flow, and you've got a bit for your exhaust as well. So cool. And then over here in the box still we've got, they were the few line fittings. They were inside the tank whenever I first sort of had a look at the package. That's a back box there. Most tiniest one, size of my hand. Some fittings for that. And then this is if you're mounting it to something, you know, flammable or heat reactive. That can sort of deflect a bit of that heat from whatever it's been installed onto. There's an instruction book, which I haven't looked at yet, but yeah, very easy actually. There's your all-in-one, and then that's what we have there. So sweet. Okay, so I didn't record that because I don't think many people will be happy with the fact I used a metal cutting disc to cut free wood, but it worked. So I've got the underneath cut out for the intake and the exhaust, and I've just sort of made it up that metal plate. And I've marked some holes for drilling, so I'm going to start drilling these holes out and we'll be good and gold. I actually don't really know the physics behind or chemistry behind what just happened there, but this is the cut here. You see, left some burn marks. It smelled like burning, but you know, I sort of just thought to myself, like, if I can cut free metal, I can cut free wood. Just slowly, take my time, no dramas. But yeah, I would always recommend having a proper tool. It's just I don't, and I'm trying to keep cost down. So let's start drilling. on the right side. This does not have to be perfect because it's only from a shade. Why is that so sloppy? Drivers.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle.
Good job, I guess.
It's really funny because like this is like the most basic DIY task and I've never built a shelf before. So I've never done this before. And you can probably tell, but hey ho. Doesn't have to be perfect. Does it now? It's only going to be carrying like 5 kilos worth of weight, if even anyway, so. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to be perfect because it's going in the bare brick. It's just very uneven. So. As that one, at least. No, it's going to be a case where we're going to have to mark these to put them onto the wall. Exciting. So as you can see, I've got the shelf up. Like, it's not the strongest, but a hole will do the job. It's a wee boxing I'm going to be using. Got the wiring harness plugged in the main unit. Pretty easy to identify because you can just match them up with whatever it's going in. So obviously panel, your positive there, which is really long, it's fused. Then that's your SAD cable, as the Vice Guard says. Your negative, that's very short. At the moment I think about mounting this underneath the shelf. Then that's for your fuel pump as well, which matches up to that. So I'm going to figure out where these go. Yes, by others says there. Figure out where these go in this bad boy here, and then see if it turns on. If it turns on, then I will mount this up. So sweet. Well, we've made some progress. It's all going a bit quick, so slow down a wee bit and have a cup of coffee. Thanks to my amazing kettle that I now got, which I didn't have to pay for. Pretty happy about. So we have got wired up to here. Can't touch it anymore. It is off the wall, but we'll probably retain some power for a while because of capacitors and such. So we've got our live in the L, neutral in the N, and our earth into the earth symbol. And we've got our negative cable into COM and our V cable into plus V. I'm not really too sure what way it is, so I'm just going to have it like that. It might be able to do one here, 3 over here, etc, but I'm not going to risk it. I've just plugged in the control panel for now, just to see if it takes power. It does come with a remote, well, pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So, oh, spooky. So we've got power here. That's basically a power supply for a computer, realistically. We've got power here as well. I think that's just the HUD. You have to press on. Well, if you press on, it'll just bring up an error code anyway because there's no fuel pump or anything pumped in. But I'm just glad that this is working because that's one thing I wasn't very sure about. And it's going to be a case of doing all the plumbing and stuff. So I'll turn this off. I am a turn things off by the switch kind of guy, even though I know computers still turn off a computer at the wall. Don't really. I build computers and all, but I'm a real kind of, do as I say, not what I do kind of character, to be fair. But also, you may notice I'm wearing a t-shirt that's actually like 14 degrees. But like I said, the heater's not for me, it's for, paint and stuff like that. So, next on the agenda is work out the ducting and stuff like that. Obviously this is my shed, this is my garage, so I can't modify there can't be like a hole in this or anything like that. And same with the ceiling. Now, there is quite a substantial gap. Whenever I do close the door, you'll see that there's quite a large gap down here. So my plan is just to have the exhaust pointed towards there. You should have exhaust pointed upwards anyway, so that shouldn't really make much of a difference. And I'll probably just have my intake in the garage from now anyway. I know people are all like, oh, pressure and stuff, positive pressure. One of positive pressure and negative pressure in the shed might actually be bending, so maybe that's something I'll look into and decide whether or not I should try to modify it to get the positive or negative pressure. Same with computer cases, isn't it? I can't remember. I think positive. Is it positive the one that takes air in and negative is the one that pushes air out? Can't remember. But maybe that's what we want, Maybe we don't want air coming in. So that could bring in more dust for painting, Don't know. But I'm sure there'll be some sort of science behind it that someone's already looked up and spoke about that we can read about as well. One thing I want to add as well, this Milwaukee, it's N12, it's like £100 for a driver, Chinese battery and Lidl tips. I drilled 6 holes for plugs in brick on hammer setting, no bother at all. I have a quartered hammer drill from Lidl. Whenever I was putting up, like most magnetic strips and stuff, and that really struggled. So and that's with a Chinese battery, so it's probably like 2/3 of the power it should be putting out. Really impressive. So that's where we've got to. I've actually mounted that up there. As long as the negative cable fits, it'll be alright. And I've got exhaust there. My exhaust not long enough, so I'm gonna have to get, like a meter extension maybe. So I can't run it at the moment with the closed because I don't want to gas myself out. This here can also go outside as well. I think I mentioned it previously, I can't remember. That's not actually a filter, that's sort of for maintaining the air pressure within. So at the moment I'm actually on to trying to figure out what is going on with the fuel tank. I'm very confused. I've got 2 options. So one of my options is to use a sander, which is basically something like this, okay? So I was actually kind of messing about with that, so I could have installed this like that on top of the tank and then use that down towards the bottom, but because I'm probably only going to have this diesel heater for about a year and a half maybe, and I will resell it, I don't want someone to have the same install that I have. So I'm going to do what's more sort of common, and that is I'm going to, now people say not to use the bottom because over time, so sediment will build up at the bottom. There is a filter though, but I don't really want to reduce my capacity, but yeah, I probably will use it on the side if we do plan on selling it. So what I need to do now is find a drill bit, which I already have done actually. It was 6.5mm, That's the same size as this thread, but just slightly smaller than the thread. Then I need to get this inside, that facing out. And has to be a good fit as well. So an O-ring will go on top. O-ring will go on top of that and stuff. So I'm probably going to do some sort of fishing line or wire trick or whatever to get that located and then pull that through. So yeah, I'll let you know how I get on. Alright, yeah. Okay, so I found a bit of wire here. So probably best to maybe should I not? Oh, no idea. I'm supposed to do this. Right, so I think what I'll do is I'll feed the wire. This is going to be very fiddly, but hey ho. Right, I'll feed the wire through here, and we'll try to. Sorry, you can't see this, but I'm trying to hold it up to the light so I can actually see where the wire is in the container. Thing I use for mixing, I'll give that a go. This here, I want this side to be going out of the tank. I wonder if I can zoom out for you. Yeah, is that better? Yeah. Sorry. So, oop. Need to be careful not to pull it out at the other side. So I'll just put a knot in this. Okay, there we go. See, so not going anywhere. And then what I'll do is pull that through a hole, and we will just see if we can thread it through. Okay, maybe not. The hole isn't big enough. Oh wait, step up a drill bit size. So what is this, 6.5? Yeah. Oh dear, where's my 7? Okay, it's 7. Okay, so we'll try it again. Not enough of that, and then now we need to push this back out. Sorry. Push this back out. Somehow. Okay, I've got a nice wee hook there, so we'll get my hook and shoot it up. Okay, and then just going to chop off the top with these ancient pliers. Apparently, you can't even cut. There we go. And wait, that's her. Mint. So
I believe this.
Are you winning, son?
Did I need an O-ring on the other side? That's a good question. Probably did, didn't I? Yeah, definitely did. Yeah, definitely did. Okay, take 3. So, first time, hole wasn't big enough. Second time, didn't realise that I should put an O-ring on this side as well as the other side. So we're going to do the same thing now for the third time, which, to be fair, I am getting better at. Okay. So, I'm going to go back in now, once again. No, we need to put the wire through, wasn't it? So, yeah, not to say practice makes perfect. At least now we know the hole's big enough. Yeah, so the wire through. Yeah. Okay. See if we can. Yeah. Whoa. It's right there actually. Oh, that was so easy. Look at that, amazing. And then we wanted to go through this way. So we'll just go like that, and we will do our knot. Make sure it doesn't go through because it's about to. Okay, and we'll put this in, and then boop. And we'll make sure that that's mint before we pull this back through. Okay, and then now, we remember now that this needs to go counterclockwise, so you'd think that would be loosening it, but because it's reversed, we are actually tightening it. So just keep pulling it through. Perfect. Then push the cable back, wire back through. Just goes to show you how every time you do something you get better at, doesn't it? Dude, how quick was that? That was so quick. Okay. And then we'll see the wire. Got a wee shover. Here. I'll get the wire. Give it a snip. That has to be a speed record right there, like. Has to be. So quick. You look easy, lad. Oh, it would be super helpful if I had good slips. Hey! Look at that. And then now, finally, O-ring here. Right at the bottom. And that nut has a gap there for the O-ring.
Alright guys, Future Jack here. I'm going to mute this section of the video. So what actually happened here is I'm a bit of an idiot, and I always work on cars, so I think a few lines of cars, so I think rubber goes over metal, etc, etc. The way these clear hard lines work is that you're actually supposed to use, you get about 6 inches of rubber line, you're supposed to cut it in 6 separate pieces, and use the rubber line as a joiner, and use the hard line between, you know, the longer gaps. So how it works is you put the plastic hard line inside of the rubber line, and then use Jubilee clamp on the outer rubber line. I just didn't realize this at the time because I was an idiot, so I ran out to get some fuel line. It was only 4 or 5 quid anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Cheers.
I'm about to turn on for the second time, but this time's got everything put up. I put the tiniest bit of diesel in it just to check that there's no leaks at the tank. Still dry at the moment, which is good. I've got the fuel pump cable tied floating. It's supposed to be upright, so I've got upright as well.
Reason why is that it uses fuel as a lubricant, so these pumps fail quite easily. If it's some manufacturers recommend 40 degrees, just as long as it's not lying down completely horizontal, because then that means that the piston can't get lubricated by the fuel. This is all very accessible, which is kind of what I wanted. You know, I wanted, you know, if the pump fails, I can change that quickly. You know, if the unit fails, I can change that quickly. Just want everything to be accessible, so I do. So I'm excited. Yeah. Look, this is temporary as well. Eventually, I'm going to get another bit of exhaust off Amazon, and I'll wire that or read that down under the door. But for now, it's just the way it is. I'm not going to have it running for long periods of time with the door closed. So I'm not. So until that's sorted, like I said, this will be for whenever we're painting. I'm not really going to have it on day to day. So yeah, we'll give it a pump, I guess, and see how it goes. I want to get like either more of this and drill holes in it with a circular saw and have it sort of along the wall, just to try to get it more evenly spread out throughout the garage would be the plan. So yeah, let's get her going. Okay. Only thing is, that's making quite a loud buzzing noise. Can't hear the fuel pump ticking. So, oh, there we go. Maybe we should prime that first, should have.
Idiot. Panic.
I'm gonna have a quick look here. Yeah, so something's happening. So you hold up and down before you turn it on, and that will prime the pump. It's starting to slowly kick into life now. There's a lot of smoke coming off. Apparently that's normal for the first start. So you can hear it now. We're manually pumping, and then this is sort of going up. So that should hopefully be it. Kicking off soon, starting to push out air as well. So fingers crossed, we might be onto something good here. I'm wondering if I should have done this vertically, you know. But yeah, let you know. Right guys, doors open right away. So, bit of a disaster. Apparently, for some stupid reason, the exhaust is cold and this got very hot. And this should not get hot because this is intake. So, tell me this, Miss Chinese company that makes diesel heaters. Why does this one have an indent for the exhaust to be fitted and this one doesn't? And also, why in God's name? This is literally the opposite of what your diagram says in your manual. But look, crisis avoided anyway. We'll swap it around now and see if we can sort it out. So that's her up and running now. Getting really good heat off of it. Pretty happy with it, especially for the price, you know. And it's going to be reliable. It is quite noisy, I'm not going to lie. So might be a situation where I might have to turn it off while filming. The wee 12-volt transformer is just hanging up out there. Plenty of cooling for it, so it shouldn't be an issue. And I've also just ordered another 2 meters of exhaust pipe off Amazon next day delivery. So I'm going to have that probably feed somewhere into the ground here. Maybe just dig a wee bit of a hole or something for it to go outside. Or else I could feed it up here. See if I can create sort of a vent or a hole up there once again. Can't do anything too serious because, you know, it's not my garage, but I am aware of the dangers of sort of carbon monoxide poisoning and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, like, I'm pretty happy with it. I know it's not the cleanest installation, but like I said, I do expect things to fail because it is a Chinese heater. So, you know, if the main unit fails, it's easily swapped out. If the fuel pump fails, it's easily swapped out. If it needs to use a filter, it's easily swapped out. I could add that second tank in the future as well. Might play around with veg oil. I do have the occasional pint in the local with the owner of a local chippy. So maybe doing like a veg oil, diesel mix, petrol mix, kerosene mix could be something on the cards in the future. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And so it's one of the things, you know, like if we are going to be painting stuff, we are going to need heat. So it might just be a case of, you know, letting this heat up the shed to a good temperature and seeing where that takes us. But yeah, obviously I can't see having left it running for an hour, done any ambient readings or anything like that. And I did check the instruction manual, it just wasn't very clear, but I did actually have the induction and the exhaust swapped around, so it was my fault. Luckily, I could smell it pretty quickly if there's an issue, so I turned it off and that's all fine now, so no issue. I did put on some reflective heat wrap. I probably should mention. I don't actually understand why that is the design, but you know, the fuel and the exhausts is so close together. But I did put on some reflective heat wrap, so hopefully that should help keep this a bit cool as well. Yeah, once that's running, you can barely even hear the pump. So, but yeah, pretty happy with this. Not too bad for a day's work. I'm pretty chuffed as well. I think I said earlier, I got this wheel off cut for £1, and you know, these are only like $1.10 each or something. So the shelf was like, you know, $3.20. I think from that we got a pretty good result. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys soon. There's a temporary solution for the exhaust setup. So just straight down under the shade, and it's on mud the other side, so it's not really a fire hazard. Whenever I use this, or whenever I'm not using this, I'm going to bring the exhaust back inside, and obviously I'll wait for it to cool down beforehand. There are plenty of gaps in the shed. You know, this is just to get an extra 7-8 degrees temperature while we are painting, things like that. It's 13 degrees today. I had this on for 10 minutes, went up to 21, and it's been off now for about 10 minutes. It's staying at 17. I would like to get some sort of chimney flue to run across the wall, so I can feed that into it and drill holes so that the heat's more equally dispersed. Sorry, I'm really not well at the moment actually. But yeah, that's a diesel heater installation done. So yeah, just my final thoughts. I'm very happy about how this has turned out. I wish I got one a long time ago. For my own comfort, now I know how amazing it is. Like, to have this running for 10 minutes and for a shed to be warm to the point where you're wearing a t-shirt is pretty class. You've probably seen in the earlier videos, you would see my ref and stuff as I breathed. So, you know, it does get cold in here. That's to be expected. I found something really cool as well whenever I was writing exhaust out there, so I'll show you it now. So I found this piece of paper in between one of the bricks and the wooden columns. So here you can see we've got, you know, don't even know whatever it is, but look, 1969 MOT good runner, £135. What? Got all the Beatles, Sherpa minivan, Ford Escort, 1976. It's probably like a Mark 1, is it? Not really too sure. Old Beatles, minis. There's a Jag XJ6 4.2, 1972. Good condition, tax and tested, £450. Mental. So mental. Like, you've got Crosby, you've got St. Helens. So these are all very local to, there's Runcorn. All very local to the Liverpool area. There's a Toyota 1000.
£845. Like, there's a Capri. Wait, that's torn though. Good condition, 795 MOT, long MOT, 48,000 miles. Don't know, for any of you that aren't from the UK, a very sad thing happened here called the scrappage scheme, where the government sort of paid out a flat rate to people scrapping all cars, no matter how rare, how old it was. The numbers are actually available online if you want to look it up. There's some serious cars that were scrapped. That'll be worth tens of thousands today, so it's very sad. But I just thought this was really interesting. Unfortunately, I can't actually get a date because half of it's car adverts and the other half is horology or star signs, whatever you call that. But yeah. So that's everything for this episode. It was just a quick episode while I was working. I'm just doing this in between doing the arch. I've been doing tons of sanding, and I've also been quite busy as well. I was away for a few days there as well, with the girlfriend for Valentine's. So it's coming along rightly, and hopefully we'll have some progress up soon on the car for the next video. But yeah, cheers. Bye.